It's your girl, Queen of Coco, back in the social media streets, ready to discuss this rivalry right here, Tinkabella and Cold Killer. Child, what I'm gonna say is this. At first, I was on Tinkabella and no, I wasn't. I'm tripping. I was on Cold Killer, in the pretty trio side, but really Cold Killer because it's her song, or I guess she's from a group called Bang Three or something like that. But I was thinking when she first came on the season with that storyline, like, oh my goodness, really? Did Diamond and Tinkabella, or really Tinkabella because it's her song, but Diamond was on there with her, and I was like, did they really take this young lady's song? If they did, that's grimy because I'm all about the intellectual property rights, the creativity, everything. Like, if you made the song, then you should get the credit. So her coming on there with that storyline was just kind of like, okay, I see why you were brought on the show. Not to mention she does have, you know, uh, star appeal, as we can see, very gorgeous face. All of that picture is given just very, very, very much airbrush. I'm not sure about the dress because it's the midsection for me that's not fitting right, but the color is right, the gloves is right, but the curve going in, I feel like it could have been a different selection for her because the face is really given, but I just don't. It's not fitted properly. Tinka in this photo is eating her up in the credits because the face is really giving Tinkabella outside of people like to show the other pictures of Tinkerbella without a makeup, but I always think of us with our makeup. That's just our higher selves, because some people can put on makeup, but they still not gonna look like that. But the face is given, the dress is fitted. Tinka got body. Um, what can I say? Anyway, we'll just go ahead and get into it because this is also an AI deep dive where I had questions, more questions, and I just wanted to talk about the rivalry between the two, specifically the beef over the song, child, the beef over the song. What I will say is that in terms of the uh, brawl that we saw, I was highly surprised because that first episode or two, I had to give it to Cold Killer. Cold Killer was hanging with Tinka, and we've seen Tinka in the past, um, to where Diamond in those first fights could not even hang with Tinka. So I was really surprised. Not only was Cold Killer hanging with her, she kind of was winning. I feel like Tinka didn't really get her lick back until this most recent episode, and that was only in the last fight. So I have to give it to Cold Killer. Cold Killer pretty much did her thing. Um, it made me wonder, like, is something going on with Tinka? Like, is she tired? Because she hasn't been really performing well in the fights overall or in the brawls overall on the show, and that's not like her. So it had me a little concerned. But she has just had a baby, so that may be why. Anyway, child, let me get into this. I'm gonna pause it real quick before my computer die, and then we're gonna get in this AI deep dive. So stay with me because we're gonna learn a lot together. It's juicy. Okay, so I am back. In order to kind of break down this beef, because I don't know, I'm old child, and I be trying to figure out what is going on. I asked AI. My first question was, who did the song first, Tinkabella or Cold Killer? Child, like, we know what Cold Killer is saying. She's saying that it was her song, so evidently, duh, is probably what she would say. Duh, you know how she be acting. It's her song. She did it first. However, what AI responded with is like they didn't even answer my question. They got right to the point. I'm talking about they, but the AI got right to the point. Um, when I asked who did the song first, AI says neither Tinkabella nor Cold Killer were the original creators of the song they both recorded. It was originally a song by the late Chicago rapper FBG Duck. Now, child, I don't know because I wasn't a big follower of FBG Duck, rest in peace. Although I know that his music was popping at the time, But this was a shocker for me that AI is basically saying that, child, this is not neither one of their songs. Like, it doesn't matter who did it first. Because if that's the case, I feel like AI would have said koldkilla, which it does get to later. However, what it said is, child, it's neither one of their songs. It goes on to say that koldkilla appears to have released her version, not an original, her version, a remix years before Tinkabella and Diamond the Body released theirs. Since koldkilla's remix was reportedly released around 2018 and was popular in the Midwest. Shout out to the Midwest. I'm a Midwest girly too. That's why I also was, kind of, you know, rooting for the pretty trio, the pretty girls. But yeah, of course, I'm not in that region or wherever she's at, so I never heard the song. I only heard Tinkabella and Diamond the Body song because I was following Baddies, and they had a light promotion on Baddies talking about the song. So I looked up the song. That was the only version that I saw. I never even knew about Cold Killer's song. So some would say that I don't know if Tinkabella and could be really biting at all. One, because it's FBG Duck song. Two, because it may be two different demographics that was appealed to with both remixes. So then it gives a timeline on Tinkabella and Diamond the Body's version, and they say it was released much later, around 2024. So we have, let's see, 2024 as a remix for the Baddies franchise. So they made a Baddies version of the song, not necessarily called Killer Song. And let's count the years, child. 2018, right? That was when Coachella did her song. 2018, 2019, 2020. 2021, 2022. We up to 5 years now. 2023, 2024. 7 years had passed. So, child, this kind of pretty much changed my viewpoint of the whole situation, because not only, like I said, I hate to beat a dead horse, this was FBG Duck's song. There was 7 years in between the releases, and the remix that Tinkabella did with Diamond was for the Baddies franchise, which we do see on this latest episode that both of them are going to be performing their versions of the remix during the tour, honey. I don't know if I'll make it to the tour if they come to the maybe to the BOK in Tulsa. No, I'm just joking. I might can make it. Maybe if you even come to Dallas, we'll see. I don't know. But or maybe even Oklahoma City. We don't know. But I think that is a great idea and it's a great way to make money. So Natalie is definitely doing her thing. So it goes on to say that the dispute on Batty stemmed from Cole Killer feeling that Tinkabella and Diamond the Body copied her version and denied having heard it, even though both were ultimately remixes of FBG Duck's original track. My thing is, if it's a total another man's song, anybody could do a remix. Music is recycled from what do we want to say, from decade to decade. We hear the same beats over and over. In this case, some of the same lyrics, but music is basically recycled. So at this point, um, I'm not understanding the beef besides just a storyline to get clout and maybe to get on the show. So I go on to ask AI. I say, well, okay, because I'm thinking like it's neither one of their songs. Then what's the dilly? So I asked, but did Tinkabella copy Cold Killer's version? Was it similar? And what were the names of their songs? So AI says, well, koldkilla claimed Tinkabella copied her version of the songs. And viewers have noted that the versions have the same underlying beat and flow, making them similar in style and execution. The main difference is the specific lyrics when they were released. The name of the original song by FBG Duck that both artists remix is generally referred to as Slide or Bang 3 Slide, I guess King Colt, oh my God, Cold Killer's version. So Cold Killer's version, it says her version is a remix of Slide and was released years earlier, reported in, like we already said, 2018. And it was popular in the Chi-Town area and had a good local buzz. And Tinkabella and Diamond, the Baddies version is called Baddie Slide and was released, as I said before, to promote the Baddie show. AI points out that the argument was the use of the same flow and beat, with koldkilla feeling she was owed credit or flowers because she had a popular remix first. I don't think so. Because I kind of at first I wasn't believing Tink and them that they didn't know, but with me being all the way where I'm at, and I'm in some part of the Midwest, and I didn't know, and it was 7 years prior, I think that that is probable, very possible. So at this point, it's given that the beef is unwarranted, and some people would argue or say that they do sound similar. But aren't they going to sound similar if we use the same beat and flow from the original song and even the part of the chorus of the lyrics? I'm just saying, aren't they going to sound similar? So basically, my take is this: Tinkabella and Cold Killer, we could just go ahead and end the beef now. Go ahead and perform together, perform back to back the songs and gone on, because I listened to both songs and FBG Duck song, and the flow and the beat on all three are all stemming from the original. They're several years apart. I'm glad Cold Killer made enough noise to make it onto the show, but I like I like them, but it's not her song. It's FBG Duck song. Anyways, I holla.